but we had Cyhawk, Iowa at Iowa State, and it played out just as you'd expect for a Cyhawk rivalry game. Iowa State wins 16-13 thanks to a Conradi 57-yard field goal. How long was it?
54.
54-yard. I flipped the SMU and the Iowa State field goal tries. He drills his 54-yard field goal. He's someone I do expect to hit a field goal of that length. Is what he does with under 3 minutes left in the game. Drills it to go up 3, and Iowa, unsurprisingly, cannot drive down the field to even kick a field goal and tie it. And Iowa State comes out with a big win. Once again, I now have no faith, even though I didn't have any faith going into the season. But it's not even faith at this point. I've walked by sight with this Iowa offense yet again, and they are bad yet again. Gronowski's not going to save this offense. He's not really put in a good position to save this offense. But good win for Iowa State. Thoughts on this game, guys?
I am mad because the game was on Fox, and for some reason at our tailgate before the Mississippi State game, because I didn't have to be inside at work yet, every time I put on the channel Fox, it was just showing me TMZ. So
Dang.
we were at one point I put it on not thinking the first time, and then I'm sitting there on my computer checking box scores and stats for other games, and I look up and I'm watching TMZ, and I'm like, it's just not right. So I didn't get to watch this game either. Very disappointed. But I saw that it was exactly what we expected. I didn't get a chance to dive into it as much as I want, but before I send it to JP, I just wanted it seems like it was a pretty ugly game. One offensive starter graded out above 70 according to PFF. So
Celebrate defense.
Who was?
Oh, I can't even remember. I didn't.
You
write
are
his name
right.
down.
I mean, the defense has played well in this game, but
Yeah, that was kind of my only takeaway. Is I would have rather watched it than TMZ.
That is fair. If there's any positive note with the way Gronowski played, is that he completed a pass to, this week, an additional receiver. 9 receivers caught the ball. Last week, 8 different receivers caught a pass.
For how many touchdowns?
From Mark Gronowski for less than 100 yards and 0 touchdowns. Well, he had 1 passing touchdown last week.
He's not broke 200 passing yards yet on the season. I don't know if he's broke
Correct.
150 yet on the season.
He has broken 150.
Okay. Congrats.
I believe he's
Gronowski.
about a 186 right
Okay,
now.
Nice.
But he has 5 receptions to Jacob Gill, and then 8 other players catch 1 pass each. So it's so interesting to see that for an offense in the passing game to have that many guys catch the ball, but
None of them can do anything.
it's 83 yards.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing to show for it. I told everyone prior to the game the 2 keys to the game are going to be rushing the ball and then special teams. And Iowa State won the special teams battle against a school in Iowa who is normally really prolific in special teams. Kyle Conradi had his had his second game-winning field goal in the Cyhawk Classic. And then in the punt game, 4 punts for Tyler Perkins for 46.5 yards per. 2 of them pinning them inside the 20. And pinning Iowa inside the 20 is essentially a death sentence for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They really just controlled the game that way. They controlled the field position really well. Iowa was able to put up some points in that second quarter, able to get 10, playing the field position well themselves, but it was just nothing offensively in the second half for Iowa whatsoever. It's, for me, and I think Jack and I talked about this at the tailgate, it's so disappointing to see tape as good as Mark Gronowski's tape was, and then to come here and he has done nothing through 2 weeks. In fact, I feel like he's been worse than other Iowa quarterbacks prior.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the South Dakota State tape. He looked fantastic. And then someone made the point that he actually has a worse situation and worse weapons around him now than he probably did at South Dakota
definitely
State.
relative to quality of competition.
Absolutely.
He had Tucker Kraft at South Dakota State.
Yeah, so
It's pretty good.
that does
That's
hurt
great
him a good
Tucker
bit.
Kraft value, actually.
Yeah.
Do y'all know who had more big plays in this game? So, like, big plays for the viewers, passing yards of 15 or more, rushing plays, 15 or more.
Probably Iowa.
It was Iowa. They had 6 to Iowa State's 4.
Wow.
I mean, that strikes me as, like, shocking for us to be dogging on the Iowa offense, and then they had more big plays than the Iowa State offense.
Yeah, as much as we dogged on the Iowa offense, it's not like Iowa State's was very good either, but they did win the game. and they were a little more timely. I think Rocco Becht had a couple of big throws. The tight end made some nice catches. The touchdown catch was really good. So I love this Iowa State team for that reason of, like, they show up when it matters in games, in key moments in games. They find ways to make plays to win, and I respect that kind of winning DNA, winning
I love
culture.
that thing you just did. I love this Iowa.
Yeah, I love, like, that's how much I love this Iowa State
Okay,
team.
now I thought you did more like this, not this.
Maybe I did, but I don't know. My hands are just I talk with my hands a lot, especially when it's something I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about Iowa State and how they find ways to win
have I
games
talked to
over and over
your
again.
brother-in-law's an Iowa fan, right? That's like his second team.
It is a second team.
Iowa for me was my second team from like 2014 to like when I got to college.
Wow.
They were the team like during the 14 playoff that I was constantly rooting for to make the playoffs because they went 10-2 I think multiple times in the 2010s.
Yeah, and they'd always lose.
And
the
Yeah,
Big
and
Ten
then would
championship
lose
game.
the Big Ten championship, and it was always to Ohio State or
Yeah.
Michigan State occasionally. So I was always like rooting for Iowa to like get over that hump and win the Big Ten. So
Sure.
like they held like a special place in my heart because like when I was homeschooled, and I didn't have anything to do, I would just like be on ESPN all the time, reading box scores, reading articles, doing mock drafts, all that, just like whatever you do when you're bored. It's like Iowa was like a part of my life at that time. So I have a special place in my heart for Iowa and wish they could be good, but they're not.
They're like a cool team in concept until you realize offense is imperative to win some football games. Like, it does come to a time when it matters, and
Yep.
then when you start watching through that perspective, they can get pretty frustrating.
I can't wait till we get to talk about Mark Gronowski again in about 15 minutes.
Sure.